What is going on, everyone? We are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are...
HellaDepraved.
Yes, we are. I'm super excited about this one. Super pissed off, too, by the way. So I had seen a while ago, I follow pretty much the entire nerdcore community on Twitter. It's how I keep my eye out for things that they might cover something that I know.
And we saw that Daddyphatsnaps was working on this.
And we seen Daddyphatsnaps was working on this, and I was super excited because in terms of prep work, he had never read or watched the anime or anything. So for the prep work, he went out and bought, like, I don't know if he bought the whole collection that was out right now, but he bought at least like the first 7 or 8 Berserk volumes.
9. Nice.
And was even saying, like, yeah, I'm studying for this song because he'd promised somebody he was going to do this song at some point.
Right.
And he ended up really, from what I understand from the tweets, really loving the story.
And this is his favorite, for sure.
And this is my favorite.
Yeah.
So I am super stoked to see what Daddyphatsnaps put together for the Guts Rap.
Now we're pissed because we didn't get the alert from YouTube.
Yeah, we didn't get an alert from YouTube, and somehow at that time I was also missing everybody's tweets.
Yeah.
So I didn't even see that this had dropped. People weren't really talking about it, at least in the circles that I typically am in. So, like, I'm, mad that we didn't cover this as soon as it came out because I was fucking ready.
We were waiting. Yeah, we wondered what was going on, but, you know, here it is.
But we're here, so we're going to fucking check this out. So, we're going to react to this if you guys have already seen it. If not, click the link in the description below. Hop on over to all the things coming back with that because we're commentary, reaction, breakdown, comedy channel. And what that means, we will pause for any and or all of the above. Please note if you get any weird wackiness, it's because the laptop wants to die.
Right.
But we're forcing it to live longer. So.
As one does.
Yes. It is time to slash down and break it down. This is Daddyphatsnaps with Berserk Guts Rap.
Link to merch.
Born into this world, but I was never meant to live in it. Never valued life, so I was valued as an invalid. Always had the guts to do what others couldn't mention. Quick to end another's life at night, see panels of the images. So it was all I knew, and it moved quicker than their sentences. Been cursed since the beginning, but my foes expel the expletives. The pits of hell are dark, but in my heart the void is limitless. Don't judge me, I'll never be taken advantage again. You draw out the gums and I finish the limb, call me.
Don't touch me!
Bro!
Love it.
I think he's the first person that I can at least think of to bring up actually saying "Don't touch me," because it's
I swear somebody else had a reference to it, but it's not commonly used, which it is a common thing for.
It's a very Guts thing.
Yeah, So, but I do like the scene in panels or something like that, referencing the actual
comic panels.
Exactly, and I love that.
I love the I'm cursed, but my enemies are spitting expletives.
Right.
Bruh.
Now this is well done. I really like the beat choice too. It starts out with the strings and they're slow, and now we've got the sort of choir behind it, just emphasizing the point. Very dramatic. Very dramatic.
Limitless, don't judge me. I'll never be taken advantage again. You draw out the gums and I finish the limb. Call me demon, devil, heathen, heteric, believer. Anything you need to relish a sin. Don't forget me when I chop your band to pieces. Let you see the demon in me. Relish a grin. Had to be the demon that was never met with reason. Even my own people relish the win. And they whip me until I had nothing but grin of skin. Marked for death, that's why I lay my heart to rest. I've watched so many fall. The rage inside's my only armor left. Been swinging for so long, I'm sure I stained my metacarpals red. But you'll get no respect from me. Know why? Cause I don't honor dead. I just wanna know, cause hell is all that's waiting for. Never had a home. I follow where the waiting road leads. Everywhere I go, the devil's waiting for me. Waiting on my soul, and I can't even blame him, no. See, I deserve it all. I'm the fucking best. All these mercenaries mercenaries come and puff they chest. Flex they move in place for like a couple reps. Exterminator, crushing pest.
Okay. I loved earlier at the beginning of, or towards the middle of that last verse, where he said something along the lines of like, I'll vanish a limb.
Yeah, having his limbs taken off. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, that's great. And then his skin turning to granite from being whipped so often. Like, I just like the two references there with, because he goes without, it's a whole arm, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets a mechanical arm that he
Right.
has a hidden gun.
Yeah.
And a hidden cannon, really. It's not even a gun, it's a cannon.
It's a cannon. Go big or go home.
Right.
And the no-see at the end of the...
And I don't know how many
course.
people come through and watch any of the anime reactions we manage to get to whenever somebody does something that we understand.
Right.
But one of the things I tend to say, especially when it's a Berserk song, is one of the things that I love about Berserk that I hate about shonen anime, or manga for that matter, is I have always hated, even in DBZ, and I grew up watching DBZ, but I've always hated this character mentality where they're like, I've got to train to become the best. I've got to do this. I can do this. I can go out here. I just got to train. Guts don't do any of that shit. He doesn't even say, I'm going to go train. He'll just disappear. He goes out. He swings his sword every now and again. Somebody will walk up to him while he's swinging his sword, have a conversation with him. Cool. And then when he goes out to fight, it's never, I've got to win. I can do this if I just put my heart.
Like, if I die.
He just goes out there and slaughters. And that's it. And it's why anime like this, I could do anime like Hellsing, because Hellsing's the same way. Just that darker tone where it's not about whining and bitching because you don't get your way.
The repeat, because obviously they're made for TV, at least the anime is. And so you get a lot of repeat in terms of their monologues to motivate themselves. And like, I haven't watched a lot of it. I did not grow up on DBZ, but it is something that I cannot stand. I don't like that optimistic, but also gotta better myself trope mentality. I don't do well with that.
I'm very don't talk about it, be about it. And it goes.
If you're gonna do it. If not, don't talk about it.
And it goes with life too.
Right.
Like, I can't stand people like that are like, man, all I got to do is I can do this. Like, cool, it's glad that you're talking about it, but how about you shut the fuck up and go do it?
Like, if you actually, do it, great. That's great. Like, I'm happy for you. But I guarantee you, because I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. I'm one of those people that you're like, go big or go home. I'm like, home sounds great. Like, I'm not going to do it, so I don't want your motivation.
Right. We're weird people here.
No, I think a lot of people are actually, just like, if you want motivation, go get somebody who's motivational. Actually, pay someone for that shit. Otherwise, don't.
I think there's a side of it, too, that's kind of always in the back of my mind, too. The same people that are usually quick to sit here and talk about everything they're going to do are the same people that are quick to come up with excuses as to why they didn't do something.
Well, yeah.
Like, when I fuck up, I'm like, you know what? No, I fucked up. I need to take care of it.
Yeah, I take self-responsibility.
As opposed, there's so many people that's like, I was going to, but man, this came up, and this came up, and this... Just shut up.
No, you just didn't.
You just didn't do it.
Because honestly, here's the thing. If something's important to you, people included, you'll make the time. Like,
Exactly.
legit, there are some days you're not going to have time. That's just life. But nobody's ever going to, like, have to sit in the wing for full seasons if you've got the motivation to see them or whatnot. I don't know. I'm just not that person.
But regardless, this is fire so far. Let's keep going.
Well, and this is why we like Guts, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I deserve it all. I'm the fucking best. All these mercenaries come and puff they chest. Flex they move in place for like a couple reps. Exterminator, crushing pest. Blade on my back makes a fucking mess. Want nothing more than death, accepting nothing less. Not anybody close to me. Those who have known me will know that hope is weak only, attracting death and it flows. And that those who know
Hope is weak. Yeah.
Let's go!
Only attracting death. I also like there was another line that they had in there, the metacarpals turning red. I like that. I like that for, his hands are drenched in the blood of his foes. His blade does make a fucking mess, too.
I like that.
Very well written.
Hope is whack.
I think that's kind of what we were just saying, too. Just
Right.
in a roundabout, long-winded way is what we were saying. Yeah.
I want nothing more than death, accepting nothing less. Not anybody close to me. Those who have known me will know that hope is me only attracting death, and it flows. And that those who notice me, those who ain't taking heed, we've been sold it like gold upholstery. Never been good with words, when my sword in motion is poetry. Listen to the blade go. In the end, you'll fall, and I want you to know I hit it. Highly effective with methods that edges on scientific search. Virtually terminal to any app I visit. You pay for the sins of the Father. My Father had made me a sin. Now blood I would like in the water. I bathe in again and again. There's no one consider my equal, so no one consider my friend. I pray the Lord for my soul to keep, but the devil came in the end. Man, fuck the people. I don't need them. Where was they when I was needed?
Ooh, hold on.
Which part? Which part? My father made me sin?
You pay for the sins of the Father. My Father had made me a sin. Now blood I would like in the water. I bathe in again and again. There's no one consider my equal, so no one consider my friend. I pray the Lord for my soul to keep, but the devil came in the end.
That was an interesting take that he did there. That was a play on the whole scene in both the anime and manga. Where, anime, manga. I don't know why I said anime. But
Manga.
it's the part where Gus just gets back from assassinating the king's son, but he also manages to assassinate the king's son's son because the son surprised him and he didn't even notice it was the little boy at that time.
Right.
And he drives the sword through him and sticks him into the wall, and he kind of has a moment where he freaks out because he didn't mean to kill him.
Right.
And then he takes off. He gets shot with some arrows as he's running off. Disappears into the night. Goes back to meet up with Griffith. And Griffith is in the process of having a conversation with Charlotte. And as Guts approaches, Casca actually kind of follows Guts up because she sees him walk by. And as he's sitting there listening to Griffith speak, Griffith is telling Charlotte that none of the Band of the Hawk he considers an equal or a friend.
Right.
Because in order to be an equal or a friend, you have to have your own goals and aspirations in life and be his equal.
Yeah, I remember that. And that's why he ends up leaving.
And that's the reason Guts ends up leaving, because Guts kind of feels almost, I won't say betrayed.
Insulted, I think.
But kind of insulted.
He's insulted.
And hurt. Because he considered Griffith a friend.
A friend. Well, and his first real family. And then he had just done this horrible deed that he really wasn't big on the assassination in the first place, but he was doing it for Griff.
Right.
And then this mishap happened, and yeah, it was very, you could tell that he was insulted and like hurt by it.
And the reason I said this is an interesting take is because Guts didn't leave because he felt he was better than Griffith.
No, he left to become equal.
So he left to try and find a way to become Griffith's equal.
Yeah.
So, but the way he worded it, I was even wondering if maybe that wasn't Griffith talking, because Griffith was the one that really said that. He was like, I don't really have any friends. Nobody's my equal.
Yeah, but I think at this point, it makes sense that Guts would feel that way after everything.
Unless Guts is kind of mocking Griffith.
Well, or he is now a loner again.
Right.
So it kind of, the sins of the father and then father making him a sin was also a very interesting way to flip that around, because his father sold him off, knowing what was going to happen to him.
Right.
So, he was sold off as chattel, basically.
But yeah, that's all I was saying.
Yeah.
It almost feels like he's saying this mockingly, because then he kind of goes off and he's...
But it is also true that, Griff has his own skills, and they're obviously a finer edge. It's kind of like
I'll
the
say more elegant. It's a
rapier
more...
type elegance to brute strength and berserker of guts.
Right.
But yeah, so that whole equal thing, you know? Okay.
But I would like in the water. I bathe in again and again. There's no one consider my equal, so no one consider my friend. I pray the Lord for my soul to keep, but the devil came in the end. Man, fuck the people. I don't need them. Where was they when I was needed? Death was nearing, I was reaching. Where was they when I was bleeding? Fuck the fake shit, you can keep it. Called you bitchin', I believe it. Ain't a bitch with step to me then. And this pain, give me freedom. I deserve it all.
I really like that.
All right. So, I fucking loved it. I've now heard three Guts specific nerdcore songs.
I want to say that we've heard at least one other, but 3 that were exceptional.
Well, 3 that I remember. None Like Joshua, which I think was the first reaction we did to a Guts song.
Right.
And then we had Fable's Lost It All.
Right.
And then now Daddyphatsnaps' Berserk.
Right.
I'd have to go back and re-listen to the None Like Joshua because it's the one that has been the longest since I've actually listened to it. But I will say between Fable and DPS, both of them have captured just a portion of what Guts is so
and kind
excellently.
Of different portions
and different
too,
portions,
which is great because
Fables was very much on the tragic.
It was the rage. It was the tragedy and the rage build up. This is more
anger.
You think this one's more anger?
More anger and determination.
I felt like this one is more determination. Like, and also sort of a self-destructive mentality.
Which he very much has.
Yeah, no, I know. But, like, I'm saying, like, I didn't feel like this was the rage. Because when Fable hits those choruses, it is pure, like, angsty, just tragedy leaking through. This one, the chorus definitely had that rage aspect to it. And, like, the "don't touch me" line was said perfectly. But I felt like this was sort of more like that hopeless sort of mentality that Guts has. That sort of like, if I die, I die, but this is what I'm doing. Kind of, you know?
Right.
And mentioning that the devil is coming to take his soul one of these nights. He's always waiting on him. And he's like, and I can't even blame him, no see. You know? So, but I do like it because, I mean, like, I'm not going to say one is better than the other. The None Like Joshua, I'd have to go back and listen to. I don't remember it very well. But, like, I feel like they're different aspects of Guts.
And again, that just goes to show one of the many reasons I still say, in my opinion, and I know everybody has a different opinion, Berserk is the best, I personally say, work of fiction I've ever read. Period. Because it's everything. All balled into one. I mean, there's... baseline, it very much as an overall is a tragedy.
Oh, yeah.
And is so much...
One after the other.
Is so filled... And the way it's like, you just get to that point where you can see everything's becoming hopeful and kind of happy. And every time that happens...
Oh, yeah.
Something tears it down. I don't know how Mura came up with this story or what was his inspiration behind it.
Well, I mean, the everything falling apart would be life.
That's life. Normal for life.
Yeah, that would be life. I just really, he wrote a very multi-dimensional story and arc and everything, not just a character.
And
so it's nice that so many people love it and yet are able to approach the same character and get such different sounds, such different elements of the character in their tracks, that it's not like, oh, good, another Guts rap. Woohoo, what are we going to hear that's the same? You know?
And one of the really cool things, too, that I love about the way the story's written is, especially in the manga, you get that first big chunk of the story that is present day. He fights the big demon, and you're like, okay, so he's a badass. And then they're like, all right, now let's tell you how he got here.
Now let's take you back to Baby Guts. And you're like, oh.
Which is where the actual anime starts.
Right.
It doesn't even play into the way that the actual manga goes. But you sit here and you run into this kid that you really start to root for, especially very early on, because he spends a lot of his beginning life, or even just as a kid, trying to be accepted by who is his dad. It's not his actual father, but it's his father figure.
His dad, yeah.
And then he gets betrayed, and you actually feel that emotion with him, and you just start going on this wild ride where he eventually just becomes this like lone mercenary as a young teenager who kind of doesn't give a fuck about life, right? He
just doesn't give a fuck.
His fight with Bozuso, he, for all intents and purposes, should have died there. But Bozuso's axe shatters because of a crack that's in it, and it's the only thing that saves Guts' life. He comes out the victor, which is where the Band of the Hawk sees him.
Right. No, I remember, but he just doesn't give a fuck. That's the thing.
And it's like every time he almost gets that family, it's pulled right out from fucking underneath him, and has the utmost betrayal by Griffith. And it's, oh my god, it's so good, I might read through it again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, this was fantastic. Extremely well done. He did his homework.
Too much. He did.
Yeah.
He did very well. Alright, so, if you guys liked the video, and our long-ass talk at the end, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, comment down below, what did you think of Daddyphatsnaps with Berserk? Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
We love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see you depraved people later.